So this is the front door to the Hive, or at least the entrance that we use as Academy students. It's in like the old boiler organizing room, because this place had a lot of thermal floor heating. So this is our boot room. We come in our door. First door over here, we've got the battery room, which is kind of a mess, but all the breakers. We've got some AC and some DC breakers. We've got 2 charge controllers, a big inverter, and a couple old batteries. We haven't been getting a lot of sun this time of year, so the batteries are dying on us a lot, but I know they're old. Come out this hallway, got ourselves a one of many doors, bunch of random stuff in it. Here's the room that my dad and I were staying in, called the Princess Room. Apparently it used to be Mike Reynolds' office when they used the building as their offices. So my dad had a bed down here on the floor. I had this little loft space. Got these funky steps coming up. And so that was where I stayed. There's a bunch of these cool little crystals they're like in all the grout. Pretty interesting. I had a big skylight. You can't really see up there too well, but you can stand up in there. It's tall enough. We got a window looking out to the greenhouse. A little bench and the windows that open to the inner greenhouse. And this would have been a bedroom. They use it for storage now. They got it all covered up on the windows. Another bedroom. There it goes out to the outer greenhouse. In each end of this greenhouse, there's these steps going up to a little loft. I'll show you on one of the other ones, but it looks like maybe a good spot to like meditate or do yoga or something. There's a wood stove to keep it warm since we're on the north side of this house. Doesn't really function like an Earthship, but a cool building. So coming down the hallway, we've got another bedroom. Still someone packing up in there. This is our storage closet. And we can go up here real quick. A lot of leaks in here with the snow sitting on the roof. But to give you an idea of what it's like up one of these. Oh, let's see. So, cool little spot. You know, it's got a nice view right out the window. And those are big plates of mica. Big flakes. They kind of look weird, but yeah, some design choices by the previous owners. Let's see, I'll go out here. Got this porch that goes all the way around. Kind of graded couch out there. And then if you come up here, there's the pyramid. This was a good hangout spot. So, good view all the way around. Had that vent that was stuck open the whole time, so it would get really cold in here at night. But a good lounge space. And of course, that's the view towards the mountains you can see from inside too. But we've got this little gorge area and our fire pit with a little gorge around the other side too. So, and then that's over towards another wood stove area by the kitchen. We'll see that in just a second. But this place has got all sorts of crazy details. So coming back inside to that hallway, this is the bathroom that we used. Pretty standard little bathroom. Like that shower with all the river stones. So coming through here, got our library. There's a staircase that goes downstairs. This is our kitchen area. Big dining table, which was awesome. Our pantry. Everyone had their own bin. It's got a big DC refrigerator. Super insulated, so it doesn't take a lot of energy and stays very cool in there. So for how big of a fridge it is. It doesn't actually have a ton of space, but works well. Got our little island and kitchen area. I know that this was added later. It wasn't originally part of the design, so some of the switches and things don't necessarily make sense. Or don't work. We have our kitchen sink, which drains down into a worm box downstairs. We have our regular water, which comes from rainwater harvesting and isn't filtered for drinking. And this one is gone through a ceramic filter so that we can all safely drink it. And this is kind of our recycling and trash area with a door that goes outside. That's how you get down to the fire pit. And right off of the dining room area, this was another good hangout spot. Had coffee a lot here in the mornings. A couple of old couches and our wood stove. We had a good fire this morning for coffee. Still going just a little bit with the eco fan pumping. But another very cool space overlooking that fire pit. So here's another view of the pyramid from underneath. And this greenhouse opens up down to the next floor below us as well. Right off the kitchen was Dave and Jackie's room. I'm gonna dip in here real quick. But they had their own little kind of like dome hut style suite with their own little bathroom. Very similar to the other style. But a cool spot other than that it was right next to the kitchen, so it got noisy sometimes. Another tiny little pantry, pretty normal. Here we go, going downstairs. At night, these all have blue LED lights under them. Looks pretty cool. There's the first floor. This continues down to this weird little unusable space. Here's the downstairs bathroom. Really cool mirror. And they had the party shower for sure. That thing's sweet. Good for when you're going to the bathroom. Here's the planters, the gray water from showers and sinks and stuff goes to. This used to be a big vat, I guess, with big hydraulics in it. They would lower people down into some goo. It was supposed to be like a fountain of youth type scheme. Here's our little fish pond. See, there's some goldfish in there swimming around. This is our good homework spot. Had the best lighting in the whole place. Here's another planter. So if you see this tube that comes from the kitchen sink, it comes down into a worm box and they help digest stuff and then it gets sent into this planter. And here's what it looks like inside one of these boxes. So this is some of the gray water. It's a little older style of doing it. Doesn't smell at all. It smells like earth. And yeah, that's where all the pumps are for the planters. Anyone home? No. So, the old house mom used to live in this space, kind of like a little apartment setup. Oh, it's so dark in here. But there's a bedroom, another one of those bathrooms just like Dave and Jackie's room. I don't know where any of the light switches are for this one, so sorry. So coming over here, we have these sheets hanging around, help keep heat partitioned into certain areas. So this is what one of these rooms downstairs is like. Pretty small. This was Pedro. That was his room. Little downstairs closet area. And this is the bottom of that greenhouse. So it's another room. Oh, here's the house cat. He's so tiny. What's up, my dude? Oh, yeah. This wood stove we had cranking a lot, and this is what kept us warm at night. So we had a good stock of wood here. And the stovepipe goes all the way up by our room. There's a little entryway That goes to the outside, kind of another mudroom area, a storage room. This was Jose's room. And that's pretty much it for the inside. It was a really cool space to live in. Not everything functions the same way an Earthship does, but it wasn't really intended as an Earthship either. It was just a big design project that the original owners wanted to do all these different ideas. So it made for a cool space. It was a great event space and having people over, and I really enjoyed it. So in a minute, we'll take a look outside. Here we are outside. It is a horrible day out, freezing rain. Anyway, this is what would normally be the front door. So that's the front door to the Nautilus. It's part of the Hive. It's not to Academy students, but there's someone that lives there. On the other hand, this is our front door. Walking up here, there's a window that goes to that really dark room downstairs. The old steps before they put this in to go up onto the roof. I'm not gonna go all the way up on the roof. There's a whole nother section over there, but you can see water's pouring down. It's pretty wild up there though. Lots of solar panels, a ton of skylights. This is what the roof of the Nautilus looks like. Super cool space. So that was that mud room with all the piping that you could see. It's kind of hard to see now, but anyway, that's our entrance. This is kind of a mess down here, some kind of storage space. We never saw the inside of that. It's where our recycling and stuff is all kind of organized out here. We had a bunch of firewood split, which was good. That is the battery room. And then the skylight that was in my little loft is that place right there. So that was our room. And the start of the greenhouse, which wraps around. We heard that there was an extra boiler that was housed in this building. It's just like a little hut thing. They had a pizza oven. We never used that one. We did use one over at the other side of campus. But super cool looking from the outside. Like stucco and cool paint and stuff. And because we were here in the winter, we didn't have as many fires here as I think they normally do. But we did have a few good bonfires that made for a fun time. Here's a good view of kind of the walkway, catwalk up to the pyramid, and the staircase below it. There's that room that had another wood stove in it, and the kitchen behind it. Here is our fire pit area. Snowy and wet and gross right now. But you can see beautiful space outside normally. So there's where the goo pit was downstairs, wood stove upstairs, kitchen area. Those are the staircase that came down from our garbage area up there. And then this is the front of the Nautilus. Again, someone's living there, so don't want to intrude much, but this is going around back to the other side. And that's what the place looks like from the outside. Now we're gonna head home. We're all packed up in the truck, got it warmed up, and we're off to Colorado.